A traumatic past can make it difficult to live your everyday life. So you find ways to cope. You might go to therapy, rant to a friend, or even imagine a whole new reality. Addie and Me by Ronald Mickey. Addie, wake up, please. Addie, you got to wake up. A grunt, a groan. It was 2 a.m. What did I expect? Addie, please. Addie, come on, I just met the best discovery. You've got to wake up. Super lethargic big sister syndrome. But I couldn't give up. Please, I'm begging you, Addie, wake up, please. Only the most important discovery of your whole life has just been made. Still no dice? Well, what I'm trying to tell you is, at last I found it. I crept down the hall quietly. I was so brave, and I used a hairpin to unlock the lock. And I opened the closet, and there it was. The wedding dress, Mother's wedding dress. Oh, how it looked so beautiful and pure, as she always was. It was so beautiful, just the way I imagined it. Addie, are you even listening to me? Well, Addie, I found it. The wedding dress, Mother's wedding dress. I crept down the hall and I got in the locked room, and there it was. It was just hanging there on the hanger in the closet. And it was so sweet and darling and beautiful. Oh, Addie, you've got to wake up and listen. What I'm telling you is, at last, I found it. So pristine and pure and beautiful. You have never seen a dress so beautiful in your entire life. Addie, so white and pure and beautiful, so sweet and lovely. How Mother would wear it on her wedding day with a bright smile and sparkling eyes. As she was sweet and lovely and beautiful, always. I know what Dad said, don't go in their off-bidden, painful memories department, but this was my mother we were talking about. My mother, who is no longer with us. My mother, who had died in the hospital 3 years ago. Whom we had loved with all of our hearts and cared for dearly, and she did the same to us, but she was stricken with an awful cancer, and truly awful, and she was gone. I know what he said, Addie, but I've been so curious, so intensely curious as the weeks passed by and the months and the days, and I had to see for myself, don't you understand? Even if he couldn't bear to look, even if it was too painful for Daddy to relieve. Even if that room with the door always locked, the memories hidden, and that dress. We had to see, Addie. Don't you understand? We just had to. Even if it might be painful, it was important for us to see. Don't you realize? Oh, I miss her so much. I remember her sitting quietly on the couch, knitting, keeping watch on me. Out of the corner of her eye, she always kept watch on me. Majori, the mischief maker. She watched over me, Addie, and she loved for me, and we'd tell each other things, our little secrets, and she'd say everything was all right, and then she would stoop gently to kiss me. You've got to see her wedding dress, Addie. Truly, you've got to. It's so beautiful and fragile and delicate, and the way she was fragile and delicate and beautiful, always. I always felt that she would never let anything happen to me because she was so strong. And she, with that look, back off. And when someone got wise with us, or, of course, you can see. And it's all right that we pretend, of course, that you're here with me now and that you're my sister and that Mom loved both of us dearly, but it's okay that I imagined made you up in my head. We could share our secrets and you can be a sister to me. and I can take you down the hall and we can pretend to make you see. Because it's painful, Addie. Don't you realize? Being an only child and not having a sister or a brother to cling to? It's painful growing up with just your father there. Because that's what it had to be. Growing up with the pain, the loss of your mom not being there, of her always being in the hospital getting treatments, and you having to see her like that. Just the two of you. So it was okay to invent a sister, dearest Addie, who would be close to you and share things and see Mama's dress because that was the way it had to be. Only Mama's dress wasn't in that closet after all, down the hall. Daddy had given it to Mother's sister as a keepsake 2 years ago. She gave it to her poor, lonely sister when it came too very painful for him to endure. And there was only an empty closet when there would have been so much joy and laughter, the gayest of joy and laughter. But let's pretend, Addie, let's pretend that you're here with me. Mama would have wanted that. She said she always wanted another girl. And that was all right. Addie, honestly, for you to pretend to be here with me so you would always be a loyal and devoted sister to me. And we would laugh together, how we'd laugh like two sisters, and how much very joy there would be. Addie, wake up. Addie, please wake up. Wake up, don't go to sleep on me now. Not when Mama's dress is down the hall and that closet there for us. So whenever that dress is in there, being so wonderfully beautiful, Addie, please let me have my dreams. Addie, let me have my dreams. Addie?